Hey, how's it going everyone? It's your boy That Domino Effect, and I'm back again with another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay commentary, and I'm using my trusty M4 red dot sight with the scavenger hardline loadout, I think. And this is one of my favorite setups to use because it's just like my trusty, it's my kind of go-to class. Because your gameplay you're seeing here is actually kind of competitive, and I realised that when we got into it, and I knew we need to get some kill streaks to get the win. Because you guys probably know that Dome is a map you can lose quite easily because the spawns flip so often. They get access to flags a lot quicker than you guys can, and when they die so much, it's just easy for them to cap flags and stuff. So it was actually kind of competitive, and I do manage to pull out an assault Moab, which is pretty cool. And I do get really close to a second Moab, which would have made the gameplay a lot better. But you guys have all seen Moabs a million and one times before, and you don't really need to see too many of them. But I know it adds a nice touch to the video if you get a Moab. And I was actually going for the Ronaldinho kind of method of trying to get double Moabs, and I remember he was using, I think it was a light machine gun, and he pretty much got the Moab with that straight away, and then he swapped out to like an ACR or an easier gun with specialist and managed to get another Moab. And that's the kind of tactic I went for this game. And I also chose the PP90 later on because it was getting quite tight, the score, and these guys were quite objective based, as I said, and Dome, as I said before, he can easily go wrong. So I swapped it out to that, and it all worked out well in the end for me, and I get a pretty nice final score. I think it's like 76-6 or something. And then you see Big Mary pick out a Moab pretty early on into the game. That's what he does. Just big rusher. He just runs around getting Moabs for days. He's probably going to leave me a troll comment in the comment section, so look out for that, as he always does. But this gameplay, I actually didn't really want to say too much about it because it was fairly self-explanatory, and I actually wanted to talk about something which is a really good commentary idea, which I got from my friend actually. And so it's not my idea. Don't give me credit for thinking about this. It was actually for me to say the top five things not to do in the Call of Duty community, and it got me thinking a little bit about which order I should put them in and stuff. So I hope you guys think as well as I do, and tell me which order they should be, whether I got it right or wrong. So I'm going to do the top 5 things, like, I don't know, all these controversies that have gone down on YouTube and stuff. So without further ado, let's get started with number 5. Now, giveaways. This is why I put giveaways number 5, because it's not totally unethical, but I know a lot of people frown upon it, and I'm not too big a fan of it myself. I find you're kind of buying your subs in a way, and there's a lot of other people out there working really hard to get their subs. But I guess survival of the fittest, you got to do what you got to do. But I kind of believe in general that it's kind of unethical, and people don't really, it's looked down upon on YouTube. And that brings me to my next point, number 4. This is spamming comment sections of big YouTubers. Now, every time I'm watching a video, I always see the same comment. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it goes something like this, like, "Hey guys, can you check out my YouTube channel? I know you get this a lot, and it's so hard to make it nowadays on YouTube, but I post daily Moabs regularly, 2 minute Moabs, PP90 ACR, and I just sit there laughing to myself. It really pisses me off when there's people out there trying to make it big, and you got these guys just going around, probably getting blocked from half of the YouTubers they do it to. But they don't care as long as they get big, and I think that's another thing that's kind of looked down upon. And I don't know if you guys agree. Maybe you might see it the same way as the giveaways, that it's pretty much just a way to boost yourself up and give yourself a chance. But that's my take on it. And without further ado, let's get down to number 3. This is actually quite ironic for me to say this, but it's actually camping. I remember when Wings Redemption used to post really early on, he used to get so much hate for camping, and I think I get quite a bit of hate for camping. There was this one video where I was camping a KSG Moab, and I got a bit of hate for it. And there's 2 ways you can think about this. You can think camping is a good tactic. Whether it's cheap or not, you do get better scores. I consider it playing defensive, but camping is pretty much just sat in a corner. Not like what I'm doing now, so maybe I don't camp too much. But it's generally, all the YouTubers don't really seem to like it, and people say it ruins the game and stuff, which I agree. Camping is really frustrating, so you just gotta kind of outsmart people in a better playstyle that, I don't know, more defensive and conservative. And that's kind of my take on it. And these kind of scores I don't really find possible running around. I mean, I do get them running around sometimes, but they're nowhere near as often as if I kind of play a little bit smarter. a bit like the gameplay you're seeing here, or the gameplay I posted the other day. So that's kind of my take on camping. I'm sure you guys think about this a lot and hate campers, but every now and again you have to camp. Like when you're getting near the Moab, and I just pick up the Moab there. As you're getting near it, you always start to shake a little bit, and you play a bit more defensive. So no one can really say anything, as long as you're not sat in a corner with Blind Eye Assassin ACR, which is very frustrating to play against. There was this one guy, I think he might have been in this, no, not in this game. It was another game. I'll keep going back for him like the idiot I was, and I kept running back for him, and he just changed corner each time, and I was crying about it. But yeah, that's my take on camping. And number 2 is actually attacking bigger YouTube channels. And recently this is relevant for when obviously Jesus attacked Woody's channel and basically said that he was exploiting his son, who's autistic, and that is really sad. I mean, he must get so much hate on his videos even now, which I don't know. I saw a video where he tried to justify what he was doing, but you know, we post videos on the internet about Call of Duty. Do you really need to take it that far just to boost yourself up as like a propaganda stunt? And that's just bullshit in my opinion. So don't attack bigger channels. I remember when Wings kind of called Hutch out. He called him an amateur sniper, and that was quite funny at the time. And it was kind of true in what he said, because it went against everything that he believed about sniping and stuff, which is fair enough. But he was always going to get loads of hate from Hutch's channel. But at the same time, he said it was a good thing, because he managed to kind of win people over with his style of play and his personality. And now obviously he's a successful YouTuber who's getting YouTube money. I always wanted to say that. I love saying that. And yeah, it's all worked out quite well for him. And coming in at number 1, you might have already guessed this by now, it's actually fake gameplay. And many of you guys probably remember from about when Modern Warfare 2 was out, like 3 years ago, G-Unit 123 actually faked, it's like I don't know how many seconds, it was like 60-second nuke, maybe less or something like that. And he actually faked it on terminal, and I remember watching the video thinking fake straight away. It was on Machinima, and he's got a 6-man Semtex at the start. You guys have all probably seen this, but I thought I'd just tell you it anyway. He gets a 6-man Semtex, and they're all just stood on the B flag. They've caught it, and they're not even moving. And I was just laughing so hard, because he must have got money from that video and popularity and stuff. But then Wings kind of exposed him, and then all his videos get dislikes. Even to this date, like 3 years later, his videos still get like tons of dislikes. And any gameplay he uploads, it's like fake and gay. And I just sit there chuckling. And I think the guy's actually stopped doing YouTube now, so that was a big mistake for him to do. And these kind of errors, they cost you on YouTube. So I hope you guys have actually enjoyed this commentary for a bit of a change. I actually put a bit of thought into it and thought about my top 5. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree. I was gonna say don't do 1v1s on Bog, but Wings is a good guy, so I don't want to say that. So if you could leave this video with a comment or a rating, that would be much appreciated. And if you want more things kind of like this, I'm sure I can think of something. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the gameplay. So I fail on my second Moab coming up. Final scores coming up. I'm that Domino Effect, and I'm out. Peace.